Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 6, which is Season 6, Episode 13, called The Same Boat. And spoiler warning, if you guys haven't seen the episode yet, you're going to want to watch it before you watch my review. Okay, so this week's episode of The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 13, The Same Boat. So, basically a Carol Maggie episode. We didn't get to see a whole lot of the other survivors until the very end of the episode, which actually turned out to be pretty cool. This one's a bit slow to start, I want to say. It's kind of exciting because, of course, we have Maggie and Carol that are captured. And then at the end of the episode, we have some really exciting stuff where you have basically Carol and Maggie escape and kill everybody there. And then Rick and the others kind of show up at the end with Primo, and Primo tells Rick that he's Negan, and so Rick shoots him and kills him. So, this is one of the darker episodes. Again, and this makes a lot of sense why with episode, was it the Jesus episode where we meet him? That would have been, let me just check the number, episode, The Next World, episode 10, and kind of Knots Untied as well, episode 10, The Next World. It was a lighter episode, and we kind of talked about that, and it just made sense that they would do one like that, because a lot of these other episodes afterwards, after episode 10, 11, 12, 13, and probably the rest of the season, are really dark, and especially this one, really, really dark. Like, not only do Carol and Maggie, they kill them all, governor style, kill them all, and then they actually lure in the other group, and they trap them and light them on fire. It's brutal. So it's a pretty brutal episode in terms of the survivors getting their kill game on. Same with last week's episode as well too, where they just kill so many of them. So at this point, Carol and Maggie, they killed. Let's see, there was Donnie, there was Molly, Michelle, and then there was Paula. And then Primo Rick kills afterwards. So as we go through the episode, some things I liked about it. We start the episode off. We've got the perspective switch. Last week we kind of hear at the end, the walkie-talkie. Rick doesn't know who he's hearing from, who he's talking to. And then this week we get to see from their perspective how Maggie and Carol got captured. And it makes a lot of sense. They basically just got outnumbered. We're kind of there arguing. It wasn't really that they got ganked or they made kind of a mistake, I want to say. Well, kind of, but they more got outnumbered. Carol didn't kill Donnie right off the bat. She could have shot him in the head, but she didn't. She shot him in the arm instead. And then, of course, they get captured, and we get Alicia Witt's character. So she comes in with the others. So with her, I thought she was okay. I thought she was an okay villain. She's a 1-2 episode villain. We hear her at the end, and then this is like her episode where we get to see her, and this is where she's actually in it. She's an okay villain, I want to say. I didn't really care for her that much. She kind of felt a bit out of place to me. Maybe it was because her accent's so much different. She doesn't really sound like full-on Valley Girl, but she's kind of, I want to say, about halfway there. Maybe like she's from California or something, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. She just felt out of place to me in the episode. Especially when she's talking and stuff on the walkie-talkie. Like she's got the goggles on, and she's like, lower your gun, prick, It's just like, I don't know, man. It was just really weird to see her, just to see her talking, like, be there in that world. She talks about how she's a secretary before. She killed her boss. And, similar to Kim Dickett's character on Fear of the Walking Dead, she kills her boss, too. She kills the principal. It's pretty funny. So she's secretary. She kills her boss. She loses all her daughters. She loses her whole family. So I did like her relationship with Carol. If I had to say one thing about that character, I really liked how she related to Carol, and she kind of looked at Carol as weak, and she kind of looked at her in a different way when Carol was sort of playing possum, which she's been known to do, which is really smart. It's kind of like playing on that evolutionary trait that, well, maybe not trait, maybe that's not the right word, but kind of the you have an animal type, what am I trying to say here? When you have like a sick or hurt, wounded animal, where others, a lot of times will just kind of leave them alone. I'm sure there's technical words for all of what I'm saying right now, but I'm kind of thinking as I go. And I got some pig, I'm sick and stuff, right? So it's like a wounded animal. You kind of leave it be, leave it alone, that kind of deal. You don't want to hurt it because it's already, it's not like you're, overcoming some strong, thing. So she acts like she's kind of wounded, that kind of deal. And, she's having kind of a panic attack type deal with the thing and all that. And I really liked how they played out Carol's relationship with Alicia Witt's character with Polly. Or Paula. I thought it was good. I thought it was. I liked it. I liked the way they worked that out. So that was cool. I liked how they did that and how Carol she's done it before. She's gonna do it again. And then of course her and Maggie are able to escape. So the others are kind of forgettable. Donnie, forgettable character. He's kind of like Paula or Polly's, kind of boy toy, I guess, so to speak. So that's kind of funny. And then, the others, we had Molly. So she's pretty, I guess she was a good villain. I guess she kind of reminded me of Mary in some ways. But, Carol's got the cross and that. And she's, you got some good dialogue between them both. And there was some pretty good dialogue throughout the episode that we could analyze, break down, and kind of look at and how much it means and everything. So let's see what else we have. So, No Way Out of This, you got the Carol with the cross, Scared to Die. And then she finds out about the baby. So she finds out that Maggie's actually pregnant. And again, Carol kind of using the same kind of psychology against them too. Kind of, don't hurt us. We're defenseless. We're, she's pregnant, this kind of deal. And I want to say it works, basically. It pretty much works. And, they don't really torture them or anything when they're trying to get information out of them like, you might expect them to do. Molly kind of looks at her like she's kind of double standards and stuff, starts with a cigarette thing, and then she's willing to do it and that. And it's just, I thought the dialogue was pretty good throughout the episode. So, all right, let's see what we got next. We got... just trying to think like I'm looking at my notes here. So, right. So then we go through the episode. We got all kinds of, action stuff when, Carol goes up to her and almost kills her and then turns around and kicks her in the thing and that, pushes her in the thing. And then the zombie ends up killing Polly in the end. So pretty good. So the kill for part was good. And then, of course, the ending with Rick finally arriving there. And I liked how, Glenn hugs Maggie. And then you've got, Daryl hugs Carol, and kind of asks her if she's okay. And she's basically like, no. Because at this point, she's killed over 20, well over 20 people. And, maybe starting to factor in. Maybe Morgan has kind of had an effect on her in some way, made her question and think about things a little bit. And maybe she's starting to feel guilty and that she doesn't want to have to kill, but she has to do what she has to do to survive. Rick killing the guy at the end. So, in terms of the score for the episode, I'm going to give this one an 8.2 out of 10. I thought it was an okay episode. A pretty good episode. It done well. The acting, not the biggest fan of Alicia Witt, I guess, is what I would say as a villain. She's okay. I even think maybe I like Dawn even more, than her. But that's just me. That's just my preference. Not too much else to say about the episode than that. The kind of we are all Negan type deal, which is something that it was in the comics as well too, where they kind of say that to kind of confuse the enemy or to kind of act like they're all kind of. Yeah, it's better in the show than it was in the comics, because in the show it actually is advantageous for the Saviors, because Rick actually does kill the guy without realizing that he's not, he has no idea that we know, and this is kind of spoilery for the future of the series and that, but I'm sure most of you guys know if you've seen, you've been subscribed to the channel, you see the thumbnails and everything, see what we're talking about. None of them were Negan in the episode. And basically what they're doing is they're kind of protecting the rest by acting like they are. And then if he gets killed, Rick figures, okay, he's just defeated another enemy. He's just defeated another villain, so to speak, in the series. And then they can go forward and they think everything's good. Maybe they think they wiped out all the saviors, which they definitely haven't. So 8.2 out of 10 for me. Pretty good episode, not amazing, not terrible or anything like that. I didn't really think that they would kill either Maggie or Carol in this one, so that's why for me, I was like, yeah, they'll get out of it. It'll be, they'll figure it out, and they did. So, write your comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode. Pretty good for me, not amazing, not terrible. And, you can thumb up the video as usual. You can subscribe if you're new. And that's all I got to say for this one. See you guys again in about an hour for the predictions video for episode 14. So, this is Trev. I'm saying peace. See you guys.